I'm reflecting. I'm reflecting.
I'm reflecting.
I'm gonna go grab my chocolate milk.
This is gonna be the craziest like cold open to a podcast. I'm gonna reflect. Ho, 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 and welcome to a very special holiday episode of Double Kick Bonus Level. My name is Patrick Sawyer. With me today are my two wonderfully, I'm trying to think of like a holiday word here. I don't got it. Co-hosts, Terry Thompson, Zachary Schatz. Boys, welcome.
I'm feeling very dank and sweaty today.
Sweaty and dank,
Yes.
if you will.
Just like you do every holiday, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Very good, very good. Boys, how are we on this Christmas Eve? Day of recording is December 23rd. How are we
Jolly.
feeling?
Holly, jolly, and happy.
Well,
I
love to hear that.
yeah. I put more lights. Like the one last light in my bathroom finally went out. Like above the mirror, there are like 3 lights, and like
Yeah.
eventually they started going. We were down to the last one, and it finally went out. So I was finally forced to go buy light bulbs, right? So I put light bulbs in all 3 of the sockets, and there hasn't been a light bulb in all 3 sockets since I moved in, right? So it's way too bright in there, bro. And I'm like seeing every follicle, I'm seeing every like hair on the floor, and I'm like, it's too much. So I might take out one of them.
It's like when you go into a public bathroom and you realize kind of how many pores you have.
That's what
You're
I'm
like,
saying.
Ugh.
Mm-hmm. I've never looked uglier than when I'm like trying on clothes at Plato's Closet and that bright fluorescent light is right above me in the dressing room. And I'm just like, wow, I look disgusting.
Wow, I am a piece of trash.
Garbage.
And
Bro.
garbage.
Yeah, but we're good otherwise.
How are you? How are you, Pat?
Well, that's good. I'm good. I had the misfortune of doing some last minute holiday shopping today. And I was telling you guys off air, but like I driving through Dixon City, especially right now for local Northeast PA folks, is just the worst. Doing any sort of like holiday shopping the week of Christmas is not recommended by any means. Yeah, I got like PTSD back from like when I worked at like CVS, and I worked like this week because they used to keep our store open late, like the week of, like leading up to Christmas because it was so busy. And let me tell you, like those workers, they're just as miserable as you are. It's a bad
No.
time for everybody involved.
It's true. It's true. Was CVS popping around Christmas time?
Oh, dude, like the week before Christmas, we would do like double our normal sales volume.
There are people Christmas shopping at CVS for, man.
Gift cards, baby.
That's true.
That's
Gift cards,
great.
and like CVS has like a lot of like little like tchotchkes and stuff that like last minute gifts sort of thing.
That's true.
That's fair.
That's true.
Yeah. Toiletries.
The worst thing about like Dixon City, especially in this time of year with all the traffic, is that there's only 2 ways to get out of it. If you're going back to Scranton, you know, you got like the upper way and the bottom way, and like everybody's taking both of those ways. So there's no secret way to get out of there that nobody knows about. I guess unless you like go all the way down to like that Blakely exit, like where you used to live, Pat. Like take a right at the Salvation Army, and then go down. But that's still inconvenient. So it's just it's
I was gonna say
impossible.
you're going 20 minutes out of your way just to avoid traffic.
Because even like the Wilkes-Barre exit that leads the same direction as the expressway just circles around to where everybody would be going at the shifts. They all link up. You're not really escaping.
No, you're in it.
Imagine how short that exit is. It's like 3 seconds.
It's one of the worst like on/off ramps ever.
Terrible.
Yeah, no, it's awful. It's awful.
This is great content for anyone who doesn't live in Northeast PA and has no idea what we're talking about.
What?
This, this content is for like 3 people and 3 people only.
And
That's right. That's
those
right.
3 people are currently
I was
hosting.
gonna say, they're already here. Yeah.
They're already here.
If we want to talk about worst, if we're gonna rank worst exits and entrances, we should do a whole tier list on this stuff. This I'm gonna go with River Street, right before the Salvation
Ooh.
Army. You turn left going northbound, and that going onto the highway, you got 2 seconds, bro.
Yeah.
And if you hesitate, you're stuck.
You're dying.
You're dying.
You're gonna die.
I can't tell you how many times there's like an 18-wheeler that's just like, I'm not gonna move over for you.
I'm saying, bro. I'm saying. I'm like, whenever I get on that entrance, I like immediately do 80 miles per hour because I'm like, if you're not gonna let me on, we're both gonna die then. So it's what it is.
That's like right near my mom's house. So like I'm so familiar with that on ramp, and it is the worst. It's honestly, I've gotten into so many like near misses there that I'm like, one of these days it's gonna happen. Statistically, it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
like that's like my go-to like highway exit or entrance, I should say. And
Yep.
That's our next episode, ranking our exits and entrances.
Right.
So,
yeah, this is actually all we're going to talk about today.
This is a great yes.
Boys, I wanted to talk to you about the holidays. Obviously, can be a stressful time for everybody, but you know the whole spirit of the holidays is supposed to bring in that holly jolly mood. I wanted to ask you, from a video game standpoint, is there, if say like Santa Claus gets sick, he catches the flu, it's going around. You know what I mean? We're all getting it. If he got sick the night of Christmas, what video game character is taken over for Santa and can fulfill the job?
Pat, this is so funny. I think Dan asked the same question on our last episode of Double Kick.
That is so funny.
I know he asked that same question because he gave an answer that I'm like, oh, that is the perfect answer. I don't know why I didn't think about it. He said Delibird for Pokemon.
Ooh.
And I'm just like, that makes so much sense. Yeah.
Wow.
See, I'm thinking you need speed, right? Like you need someone who can get through everything like as fast as possible. I think I'm gonna go Sonic.
Ooh.
But I'm gonna also use Kirby as like Santa's sack. So like Kirby is like inhaling all the presents. You're gonna take Kirby on your back, and Sonic is just running and delivering all the presents.
I just hate the visual of that, you know? I just hate
Kirby
thinking about that.
feet, just gotta go fast.
Yeah, for her Kirby flopping in the wind. It's awful and great at the same time.
That's somebody who's artistically inclined. Please draw that. Sonic in like the Santa hat.
You gotta, please. You gotta get Kim on that ASAP.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Ooh. Terry, you go first.
So Delibird was.
You can't use the same answer either.
I was gonna say, you can't still dance answer.
For Dan.
Okay. I don't know why. But I'm gonna stick with the Pokemon, and it's just the first thing that came to my mind. So I'm gonna have to make it make sense on the fly. I'm gonna go Steelix. A giant Steelix just like bursting into like a kid's house with a little Santa hat on, and just being like, you know, and he bursts from the ground because obviously they dig through the ground and stuff like that. So he just like bursts up. It's like, you know, ho ho ho, Merry Christmas, drops it off, and then leaves out the same way. Yeah.
I don't know why I'm just like picturing like the Kool-Aid Man entrance through the wall. Like,
it's the same energy. It's the same energy. Yeah.
But like, how does Steelix carry the presents?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, he finds his ways. He finds his ways. You know, in his mouth, maybe. He got a big mouth, big jaws, big guy.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
There you go. See, there you go.
Shots. What you got.
So, my immediate thought process is you need someone slender, sleek, someone who's quick on their feet, you know, in and out chimneys, on rooftops, all that. I mean, who better than Sly Coop himself?
Mhm.
Ooh,
Big coupe,
ooh.
big
Coupe
coupe.
with the
Big
He's
coupe.
sash.
just driving the like Bentley's driving the van and everything.
Exactly. Instead of like his normal attire, he has like the Santa hat, the red button down shirt or whatever. It's got like little
Mhm.
goggles with candy cane on them.
It
I
writes
like it.
itself.
I like it.
It writes itself.
Yeah, that could
Yeah.
be a good episode.
Could be.
Yeah. I just
Maybe
want to go back to like there's the entire world of video games in general, and you went with the Pokemon Steelix. I'm
You know,
still kind of on
it's
that.
the lesson of improv, bro. Just the first thing that comes to your mind. Don't try to be funny and just make it work. So Steelix, man. Nobody reps for Steelix anymore, man. Who's out here repping for Steelix?
I mean,
you apparently.
you're not
Me,
wrong
me
for
and me and
sure.
me and Alex Iden are the only two people I know repping for Steelix. He's
Shout out
really into
Alex.
to steal
Shout out
Pokemon. Yeah,
Alex.
Name drop.
there you go. See,
Everybody
you
just
made it on the
randomly
episode.
add him. Add him on
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
everybody, Alex Iden, if you
yeah.
would.
Everybody listening right now, go at Alex Iden.
he's a
Say Steelix
father.
sucks
Steelix sucks.
for no reason.
Transformers sucks.
Transformers suck.
Leave your newborn son and come play video games. Tell him all that exactly.
Yeah.
Well, shots. I liked your answer, so I appreciate that.
Thank you. I tried.
You're welcome.
Shots is the winner.
We needed one outlandish one and one real one.
I liked it. I liked it. Very nice, very nice. I'm gonna try to not steal more of Dan's questions, I guess.
It's an easy
I'm
one to
thinking
use for the holidays.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm thinking a lot about Christmas, and we'll talk about this in a little bit. But the movie we watched in preparation for today, one of the themes was talking about like things you really want for Christmas, but like didn't get. When you guys were growing up, was there ever a time where you really wanted to get something for Christmas, but you didn't get it? And like what was it and why?
Man, um, that's a good question.
That dang
There
BB
were
gun.
That Red Rider
That
BB
Red
gun.
Rider.
that Red Rider BB
You'll shoot your
gun.
eye out, kid.
I don't care.
I had a PS2 for a lot longer than the PS2 was like supported. So like well into like the PS3 and Xbox 360 lifestyle or life cycle, I was still rocking a PS2. Um, just because funds and all that
For
stuff,
sure.
and
For
we
sure.
moved around a lot. So, but I really wanted a PS3 and an Xbox 360. I kind of like was teetering back and forth for which one I wanted.
Mhm.
I didn't get it exactly the year that I wanted it, but I got it the next year, the following year. My dad actually got a 360 for me, and he sent it through the mail. Um, but it was a first edition Xbox 360, and
Oh,
I
okay.
I loved it. I played Skyrim on it. It was amazing. I played Assassin's Creed 2 on it. It was my first Assassin's
Mhm.
Creed. I was like living. I'm like, oh my god, video games. It was like it was the second birthing of my love for video games. Um,
Okay.
maybe not even a year in, maybe even a couple months in. It's hard to remember. Red Ring of Death.
God.
Red Ring of Death. Yeah. Yeah. I remember it clearly. So maybe not exactly to the spirit of the question, but
Sure.
I feel like it relates a little bit.
That's funny. I
That sucks.
yeah. Terrible console design, but
Horrible.
you know.
It's rough.
Similar to that, I also I never really like when I was growing up, like we also like if we wanted like a video game console or something, we would get it. It would just be like the following year.
Sure.
We would never
Mhm,
get anything like the year it came out.
mhm.
But I remember I don't know how old I was. I really wanted moon shoes. Do you guys remember moon
I
shoes?
had a pair of those.
I
You were
had
the
a pair of those as
only
well.
what? Yo, what?
Yeah.
My mom
We
always
had
said I would break
so
my neck.
oh my god. My mom would not get them for us. My dad.
My dad
My
had those.
dad got them for us.
Shout
So
out
like
Pops.
we had like the I don't remember the name of them. They were like the big like inflatable like fists,
Sock and
um,
boppers,
stock and boppers. So we had
more
those
fun
and
than a
moon
pillow
shoes.
fight. Oh
Yes,
my
yes.
god, you just had all
So
the
we had
commercial.
we had those and moon shoes, and like I don't know how Terry, you never had them. Shots, you can attest to this. Moon shoes are literally just like the little like foot insert with like a bunch of like rubber bands like
Rings, yeah.
supporting them.
It's not safe.
Um, not safe at all. God no. My mom was totally right. We should have never had them.
No.
But like, so you get them, you open them Christmas morning, and you want to play with them. And my dad was like, "Well, you can't play with them in here." So we took them outside with
Oh
like
no.
snow all over the ground and everything. And we had the sock and boppers and the moon shoes. And me and my brother were just like jumping up and down. You really don't get any height on them at all.
No. They were
You're
a
just kind
scam.
of like springy. You're like, like kids in like one of those little like bouncers. Like that's kind of all you are. Um, and
Full
just
scam.
so many of those bands just instantly snapped.
Yes.
Like,
They were
as soon as you start
trash.
going.
They just
Dang.
battered.
And I just remember like it I wasn't disappointed by the gift. Like I was so excited that my dad got them for us. I was disappointed by the reality of them. And I was just like, "Oh, this was like a terrible Christmas gift, first of all, because it's snow and ice and just awful. But second, like it was just poorly like as seen on TV design.
Just the reality hitting you at that time.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a lesson.
Shots, what about you?
Is this is it just something you did get or something you wanted?
Could be either way.
Okay. Well, I remember distinctly the one year. This was probably like top Christmas for like a little tiny, just coming to himself gamer. And
Mhm.
for the people who are listening, you can obviously tell why we're friends because I feel like all of our stories are very similar to some
Mhm.
capacity. I remember waking up and it's probably the most gifts I've ever had under the tree. And I going through them, and there was just like a specific set that my parents was like, "Say that for last. Say
Mm,
that for last."
mhm,
So I
mhm.
get to a box, right? And the box is like yay big.
Oh, let's go.
Tear it open. Absolutely, I'm talking in it. Like we're tearing it
Right.
off and everything. And
Mhm.
they got me my first DS.
Oof.
Oh, so hype. So
And
hype.
it wasn't just any DS. It was a limited edition golden Zelda DS.
Oh,
Oh, baby.
Phantom
oh,
Hourglass.
ooh,
Ooh.
I
ooh.
Ooh.
I think I've told you this story, Terry, but I don't know if I've told you shots. And I definitely haven't mentioned it on the podcast, but for my 12th birthday, my dad I I really wanted a DS. I really wanted because I really wanted to play Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. And I was like, "Dad, I need this gift. Like this is the only thing I want. This is all I care about. Please." And he was like, "All right, we'll see, we'll see." So come, I'm opening presents on my birthday. Like I said, I think I was like 12. I open the first gift. It's like a case for a Nintendo DS, but it's just the case. And I'm like, and I do the classic thing where like I don't realize what's happening because I'm only 12. And I'm like, Dad, this is a case for a DS. I don't have a DS. He's like, yeah, keep going, keep going. I open the next thing, Pokemon Diamond. I'm like, oh my god, this is Pokemon Diamond. I don't have a DS though,
Let's
Dad. I don't,
go.
what am I gonna do? And he's like, yeah, I don't know. And then he pulls out the third box, and it was Nintendo DS shaped, and I was like, oh my god. And I open up, it's the
Go.
black DS Lite, and I'm like,
Oh my god.
oh my god.
Let's
DS Lite, bro, peak design.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
Peak design.
I'm pretty sure that's
absolutely.
what the Zelda one was too. DS Lite.
Yeah,
DS Lite.
yeah.
That makes
But
sense.
also like the same day after I opened that, there was two more gifts and they were game shaped. Tell me how not only did they get me Pokemon Diamond, but
Ooh,
Pearl too.
Wow. Parents had money,
okay,
though.
Diamond,
fancy.
Pearl, Phantom Hourglass,
Mhm.
and the matching DS.
And this
Shoo.
is Christmas?
This
This
is
is Christmas?
Christmas.
I
You gotta
mean,
remember,
Dang.
my birthday is also very close to Christmas, so
it's true.
I-
It's true.
you gotta lump
Combine
it
it.
all in. But
Gotta lump it
But
in.
I mean,
whew,
so
fire,
hype.
straight heat.
No,
Yeah,
that's heat for sure. That's heat for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
God, we were like, I think we were the perfect age for Pokemon at the time
Yeah.
and also the DS. I think we that just hits like such a good combination for us, man.
I don't think we'll
Yeah.
ever have peak handheld like that
No.
again.
No.
Oh, it'll be a while at least or something.
And Pat, I think we
Like,
said it before, but like the PS Vita and all that were like so ahead of their time,
Yeah.
too ahead of their time.
Yeah.
Like if that came
PSP,
out
PS
today,
Vita.
oh my god.
mhm.
DS had it right though.
Yep.
Yeah, DS just hits so
Yeah.
good. That era of Pokemon. I got not while we're on the topic, we're so far removed from the question, but
That's good.
I think it was my birthday and I got I think it was my 13th birthday. Me and Tier, because Tier usually got gifts on my birthday and vice versa, for like equal attention and all this. But I
Okay.
got I we both got DS lights. She got a pink one and I got a black
Ah,
one and I got Pokemon Platinum that day, bro. And
Jeez.
I was living. I'm like, this is the best day ever. Don't ever talk to me
right.
again.
Right.
I got that little mini figure, the Giratina that came from GameStop. I'm like,
Really?
so
Mm,
cool. Yeah, man. It was so
mm,
dope. Diamond Pearl and Platinum, man. Just God.
yeah.
They were so good.
What a
I put so
trifecta.
many hours,
Yeah.
Mm, mm,
especially
mm.
Platinum. Platinum, oh my
Mm,
god.
mm.
And they had all those like
God.
fun like achievements before achievements were a thing, like with the
Hmm.
underground bases and like how you could level up your player ID,
Yep. Yep.
get the
Pat,
different card.
you said you never played Platinum, right?
I didn't play Platinum, no.
It's a shame.
I
Gotcha.
only ever had Diamond. I only ever had Diamond.
It's such like with the third Pokemon games, like it's usually like smaller iterations, but it's significant enough, I think. Like I think Ruby and Sapphire to Emerald was a
Wasn't that
good
crazy.
jump. Yeah, it was fine. It was a fine jump, but like Diamond
Platinum,
and Pearl to Platinum, like Platinum's a whole different game,
they
bro.
added easily like
Yeah.
40 new hours of content.
Oh, so
I
good.
have heard people have said that, like, in retrospect, they think Diamond and Pearl is not that great, like, at a base level, but
Yeah,
Platinum makes it so much better.
yeah.
Mhm.
Like if Platinum was, I mean, it's just the definitive version. Like it
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
is.
Right. Yeah,
I
I
might
gotta
go
go
back and
back
play
and play
Platinum.
those.
Yeah,
So good.
for sure. I'll stop yapping about it though.
No,
Yeah,
you're good. You're
bro.
good. Um, the only other thing I wanted to ask you guys about, um, holiday traditions, obviously, the 3 of us all celebrate Christmas. Um, in my family, we do, like, a Polish, like, dinner the night before. It's called Velia. And I was just wondering if you guys, like, had, like, big holiday traditions that you guys normally did like that. So, like, Velia is like I think originally it's like a 12-course meal. My family, we shrunk it down to, like, 9,
Mhm.
but, there are a bunch of, like, rules to it, like, traditional sense that, like, when we used to do it at my great grandmother's house, we used to have to do, like, once you sat down at the table to eat dinner, the only person who could get up from the table is the person serving food.
Mhm.
You have to eat at least some of every course. You can't skip anything or whatever. Um, and like the biggest struggle for us, like obviously we were kids. I remember being like 5 years old and we had to go to the bathroom. And we like and like my grandmother's house was like small. Like she lived in like Dunmore in like this little tiny house, but like we all sat at that table. It was like 30 people some years. And,
Jeez.
like, I remember we were always at the table, like, all the way towards the end. And eventually she, like, let up the rules about the bathroom, like, specifically for us because we were like, "Graham, we're gonna go either way. So, like, you have to make the call where we're going."
I'm gonna piss.
But, like, so, like, legitimately because we were all the way down at the end, like, the furthest away from, like her dining room was literally, like it was just big enough to fit this table and, like, people sitting at it and really not much else, and it would, like, stretch into the living room, like, with, like, an extra table set up next to it. So we had to like crawl underneath the table and like go out through there to get upstairs to the bathroom, the only bathroom in
That's
the house.
great.
But like we, that was just something we did every year, and now we do it at my dad's house, and he kind of keeps that tradition alive.
You
Is
still have
there
to
anything
crawl
that
under the
you
table?
guys do? Hmm?
You still have to crawl under the table?
No, but we have gone back to unless you are a child, don't get up. That's the only thing.
Adults aren't allowed to pee.
You got to go before you start dinner.
Hey, hey,
It's hardcore.
that's crazy.
That is crazy. I don't know if I have anything like that.
Yeah, like God, I grew up with such a small family. Like it was really just me, my sister, and my mom. So like, I mean, the closest thing I would think of is like we opened one gift on Christmas Eve before everything else on Christmas Day. Um,
Mm.
Mallory's family has a cute thing though on Christmas Eve, and they've invited me into it, obviously. Um, at Christmas Eve, her parents invite us over. Like we go over her parents, and we have seafood and pizza. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
a cute thing. Yeah, it's a cute thing.
It's
So
cute. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, I yearned for those traditions. Growing up with
Yeah.
not many traditions and strong stuff like that. So hearing about your dinner like that, that's really fun.
it
Mhm.
is.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm pretty much on board with Terry. Like, I really, because for the majority of it, I didn't even like have siblings, so it was just
Right.
like me and my mom, dad, and then eventually me and just my mom. Like the only real, I don't even know if you can consider one, but like they would always let me open one gift of my choice the night before.
Okay.
Mhm.
So it's like, we know you're impatient, so
Right. Right.
go pick something.
Imagine Imagine you were like Pat, like, and you like opened your one gift, but it was just your DS case and not the
I'd be depressed. I'd
See,
be
that's
depressed.
that's so funny. Like you guys we would do that too. Like we would always get to open one present, but like we didn't pick the present. It was one that was
Mm,
picked for us, and it was pajamas.
yeah,
It was Christmas pajamas that you had to wear that day,
That's
right.
smart.
and that was it. And it was just like,
I see the vision.
man, this ain't
It's like
fun.
fun. What the hell?
Hearing
I don't
stuff
want
like
these
that though,
pajamas.
Pat, like it really makes me, if I'm fortunate enough someday to have like a family, I definitely want to have like traditions and stuff like that,
Mhm.
something that someday when our kids start a podcast together and they ask, like, what's
Right.
your family tradition? They're not just sitting there like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
for some reason, our dad makes us stand on one leg on Christmas Eve, jump up and down 6 times. We summon the rain gods to bless our food.
And
I
then
Yeah.
we
gotta
play
play my
like,
dad in Smash
I was
Bros,
gonna say
and
we
he
play
just
around with
destroys
Smash.
me.
He plays with
Whoever
one
wins gets
hand
a
and still wins.
present.
I don't get it. I hate it every year.
That's so funny.
That'd be great. That'd
It
be
would
great.
be
Ugh.
We make our own traditions, man.
Make
heck
your own
yeah,
traditions, man. I mean, traditions are just something you do. You know what I mean? It's like you can start them whenever.
that's true.
Mhm,
That's the beautiful thing.
mhm.
And we're kind of at a point now where like I was just talking to Kim about this earlier today. Like we're at like this age where like my brother has his own family now. Like Kim and I, like, we're married. We just bought our house. And so we're kind of like starting new traditions, like starting this year. And it's kind of like we're in uncharted waters here. Like
Yeah.
we're doing Christmas dinner this year for our family.
Oh wow.
And like I'm making a ham and I've never done that
Ooh,
before. I have no
ooh.
idea what I'm doing.
Ham sandwich.
It's it's like officially the next chapter.
That's what I mean. So,
That's crazy.
we're kind of all at that point now.
Yeah.
And, you just gotta start what you want to do and then just keep doing it.
Yeah, I mean, we have our own traditions too, like with our own little squad. Like you guys host
Oh
Halloween,
yeah.
Shots has
Yeah.
been hosting Friendsgiving, and then we host the Christmas things. We got our own little like
Hmm.
trifecta of holidays at the end of the year. I always look forward to the gauntlet of holidays at each of
I
our
know.
Yeah.
respective places.
Yeah.
It's always fun. So we
It's
got
the
our little
fun the
things.
most.
Yeah,
Great little thing. I like it. I like it.
absolutely.
Yeah, we just
All right,
gotta
ladies
keep
and
it
gentlemen.
alive.
Well, we are going to take a quick break and then we're going to come back. We're going to do a little more self reflecting on this year's adventures, but stay tuned. All right, you little Christmas elves out there, welcome back. We are, while we're at the end of the year, we're celebrating the holidays, we're with friends, we're with family. We're going to take a little minute, self reflect on our 2025 and our big 2025.
2-5, baby.
This is the big year for the podcast, obviously. We started doing some bonus level stuff. We looking at movies and TV shows that were based on video games. And I thought, what better way to go and reflect on our year than to pull up a list of all of the movies and TV shows that we've watched related to video games. Of course, we've done some like non-canon sort of episodes. We did Naruto, we did the MCU, that sort of stuff. But I wanted to go through all the different stuff that we watched this year, and I want us to kind of like quickly like think about them and like how we feel about them at the end of the year and kind of rank them here. Y'all down with that?
Sounds
Heck yeah.
fun. Let's
Sounds
do
good.
it.
Let's do it. Now, obviously, there have been plenty of times where like it's just me and Terry or it's just me and Shots. So y- add what you can to the conversation. Feel free to
Mhm.
chime in whenever you feel, but we'll get started here.
Absolutely.
So first episode we ever did was Fallout season 1. Now, season 2 just dropped. Very excited to get into that. Shots, I don't know. Did you watch Fallout season 1?
I did not.
You will definitely have to catch up. I
Yeah.
highly recommend it.
You'd like it.
Um,
It's a fun watch.
Terry, I think this is one of the best things we watched.
I think unfortunately we started on S tier,
We
like with
started so hot with this, dude.
we
Like,
started so hot, and it was. I
That
mean, it
good,
wasn't
huh?
all downhill from there,
yeah,
but it was definitely, you
it,
know.
there were some peaks and valleys,
Mm.
But yeah,
No,
I
but go
season
ahead. Go
1
ahead.
was so good, and like
Hmm.
it's I think it was one of like the perfect things we could have started with because it's such this like big engaging world, and like there's so much to it, and like just the way the show like has presented it, like they don't shy away from like any of the violence or like gore or anything like that, and it's just like this insane world that you watch and you go, oh my god, what is
Yeah,
happening here?
it really has that like hyper violence that like The Boys or like Invincible has, where it's just like violence that like it's not super gory, but it's just
Yeah.
like it's there. It's like enunciated, and it has like a comical twist to it. And Fallout was
Mhm.
such a it's a good show for newcomers to the series, but also like veterans and people who have like background knowledge of the game. So it really has something had something
Yeah.
for everyone. So I really appreciated that about it.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Start off with some crazy heat. Terry, we then followed it up with Pokemon Origins.
Mhm.
Now, again, Shots, I don't know if you watched this. This is the like little like mini series that Pokemon put out like probably 10 years ago now.
Isn't that the
I
one
think
where they
we're
actually like roar and stuff and like
yeah. Mhm.
super violent too, kind of?
It like not really, well, I mean, yeah, I guess there are some like kind of violent parts. It kind of takes the story of like Pokemon Red and Blue, and like it legitimately it follows Red and Blue. Like there are characters named Red and Blue in the show, and like it just kind of like tracks throughout like the series where like there at the end of every episode it'll like save like the progress and everything. Like it's pretty cute.
Super creative.
Um, yeah, yeah, I liked
Mm.
this a lot. I think just because, and I think we talked about this in the episode, Terry, that like this kind of has the unfortunate like disadvantage of like needing to compete in a way with like the Pokemon anime that like, it was just kind of like it's a fun watch for like fans of the game, but like ultimately you would say the definitive thing to watch would be the Pokemon anime.
Yeah, yeah, and if they put more juice into this and instead of a mini series, it was the length of the anime, I'd be so down
Yeah.
for that.
Oh, for sure.
Um, the animation itself was amazing.
Yeah.
That fight between Blastoise and Charizard, like, at the
Yeah.
end, super
Yeah.
cool. The Mewtwo fight obviously was super cool as well. Getting to see Mega Charizard X in this was like that
Wild.
was a bit of a surprise. That didn't
Yeah.
happen in the originals.
Right.
But yeah, no, it's a really good series.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
Again, but it's a mini series. I mean, there's not a lot of flaws with it, in my opinion.
No,
Um,
no.
I don't think it does anything spectacular. to be an S, but I don't
No,
think it goes lower than A.
I agree. I agree. I think this is a really good series. I think it does everything you want it to, and it like is truly like an adaptation of the video game in like the truest sense.
Yeah,
But like you said, it's not like over the top, like I'm running and telling everybody I know that like they have to watch this. But it was
sure. I
good. It
mean,
was good.
in a sense, I would tell everybody to go watch this. This
Oh,
is like a
sure.
fantastic miniseries.
Sure. Yeah.
The only flaw I have at all is that it's so short, and I want it to be
Yeah.
longer.
Yeah. I agree. And then, oh boy, we followed that up with Assassin's Creed 2016.
Man,
I don't
shots.
mean to be
No, go ahead. Yeah.
hyperbolic here. One of the worst things I've ever seen in my life.
uh, yeah, this movie's pretty bad. There are movies that are bad that know they're bad. Like again, we watched the '90s Super Mario movie,
Mhm,
and that
mhm.
was bad, but that was bad in like a campy, fun way. Like it still had some
Yeah.
like fun. It was still fun to watch, even though it
Mhm.
was bad. You know, Assassin's Creed 2016 took itself so seriously. Was trying to be so 2010s edgy.
The beginning of it was
Man,
so, like, bizarre too.
yeah, I'm just like
Yeah,
Michael Fassbender sections of this, just like with the games shots. I'm like, I really don't care for this present day stuff. Like, let me
Right.
just see the
just wanna
assassin
put me
stuff.
in the past. Just
Put me in the
just make me an
past.
assassin.
But even
Yeah.
when we did get to the past, I feel like that was the only saving grace, and it was not great.
Mm,
Like, the whole sand tornado scene,
yeah,
you remember that? It's
it was just
I do.
it's a movie of the era, if that
Yeah.
makes any sense. Like it's giving like remember Wanted.
Ooh,
That
yeah.
that the
Yeah.
assassin movie where that they curve the bullet. It's
Mhm.
giving that kinda, like, vibe. Wanted might have been better, honestly. But it's, like, giving that, like, wanna be edgy, wanna be cool, wanna be featured in, like, Hot Topic or, like, Zoomies type of thing, but they don't reach that level, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
they
I
set
don't
that
know.
sequel up so hard too.
They tried so hard.
Yeah. I just remember, like, I was so confused about, like, why is this guy, like, in this prison? Like, what did he do? And I'll never forget, like, the one thing that stands out to me is, like, this throwaway line in this movie where this guy's like, "Oh, yeah, I killed a pimp." And I was just
Right.
like, "What? What?"
Huh?
Huh?
They don't expand on that at all ever, and
They
I'm
just
just
need to
like,
explain, like, super quickly why he's there, and
"Okay,
that's it.
I think the
what?"
worst part about this movie too is the fact that it's canon.
Yeah.
Like, it actually has plot that plays out in one of the games, I think.
I think in, like, AC3 you get his robes, like, you can get his robes.
Yeah,
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, or at least one of the games.
one of them. Maybe not 3, but one of them.
Is that maybe it was Unity? I don't really remember, but yeah, crazy.
But yeah, so we agree, D tier, right? Like, no question.
Yeah.
D tier? Yeah, D tier,
I was gonna
yeah.
say, is there anything that you can imagine that was
I
worse than
I
this?
was trying to, like I was trying to look at what's upcoming. I'm like, "Is there anything worse than that?" But nah,
No.
D tier's about right.
The only thing I
Right.
thought was cool about it was, like, their twist on the Animus, but even then, I thought it was
I
interesting it being like a 3D VR kinda thing.
Sure, that was cool. Yeah, like having a different kind of, like, animus.
Mhm.
I thought the chase scenes and, like, some of the action scenes in the past were fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean,
Parkour wasn't
it's
horrible, but
mhm.
But yeah, D tier.
moving
All
on.
right. And then we started watching The Last of Us, and let me tell you, I mean, it's so crazy, like I said, like the kind of like peaks and valleys that we went through this year. Because like Last of Us season one is so good.
Mhm.
It's so insanely good. Like I fell in love with these characters and this
Yeah,
world. This was another like This was from HBO, but it did something similar to Fallout, where like it kept it as realistic as possible, and like the visuals look incredible. Like there's no point where like the CGI looks crazy to me. I thought the acting between Bella Ramsey and Pedro Pascal was really good. I thought their relationship and their dynamic was really good. You really felt like you were in this world. And I
Mhm.
think some of the most successful adaptations of video games that we've seen are like ones that can like bring you in and like convince you that like this is like a real like world that they're living in. It feels real, and these people are just terrified all the time, and I would hate to live in this depressing world, but it's there.
I mean, yeah, exactly like you said, the everything came together in a whole package to make this world seem real. The environment, the storytelling, the acting. Like going into this, I was so afraid that like I was going to see Pedro Pascal and just see Pedro Pascal because he's been in
Mhm.
so much, but he played like the hell out of Joel. Like he played him
Yeah.
so well. And Bella Ramsey, like she played Ellie this so well as well. Like it's so good. Um, I played the first game, like, previously, so I knew some of the twists coming up. So, to me, it was just like, how are they gonna portray this? Like, what is their
Right.
version of this? Something I was, like, so interested in seeing how they played out was like, when I forget the name of the villain, but at the end when, like, Bella gets, like, kidnapped or whatever, and,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Pedro goes in to, like, save him from that guy, the really
Mhm.
bad guy. Um, just, like, those moments right there, the big moments, I'm like, "How are they gonna show this off?" And they showed it really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun to watch. I'll tell you what, though, it was really hard to binge, like, just sit down and watch, like, all those episodes back to back. Like,
Yeah.
Fallout was easy to binge because, it's just comedic, it's lighthearted. This is
Mhm.
like, "Oh, man, here we
It's
go." Like,
depressing. It's
it's just
depressing.
it's kinda hurts.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
I've
You
played the game, so I've never watched the show. It's like, would you say it's like one to one, or is it a little
the
different?
season 1, I think, is as close as you can get in
Yeah,
a live action adaptation.
Really?
season
That's
2 we'll
cool.
talk about, but
Yeah. Yeah. I played part 1 after we watched this, like, before we started watching season 2, and it was so like, I was surprised to, like, how close it was.
mhm.
Like,
Yeah,
there are
there
a
may be
couple
some,
little
like,
things that they changed, but, like,
yeah, some, like, pacing things here and there because obviously the show has to move at a quicker pace, but, I mean,
Yeah, you can't
it's
have 40
really
minutes of searching a grassed
right.
area.
right,
Ma
right.
making a Molotov and punching a clicker in the face.
Mhm.
I'm curious, did they recreate that scene where you're on a workbench and you get ambushed?
That's in 2, I
I thought
think.
that happens in the first game too. I thought they did it in the first game.
It might. I distinctly remember
I
that
don't
from
know.
2, but, I can tell you in both seasons, no.
That's kinda sad.
I know that yeah, that's a crazy twist. That
That was
happened to me. I remember that distinctly in, like, part 2, that happened to me. My trust was broken forever, bro.
gone.
Like,
It's
"What
gone.
are you talking about?"
Like, there's no way they'll do it again, but what if they do?
Super side tangent because this reminds me of something in Hollow Knight Silk Song. You rest at these benches, and it's kind of like your save point, and it refills your health.
I've
There's
seen
one
this.
bench, yeah, oh my god. There's one bench in this really hard area, and like you're going through the gauntlet. You're like going up and down, like I'm on like one health. You sit down at the bench,
Mhm.
you think you're fine. The bench freaking like collapses, and you like fall down, and like you get like damaged, and you die, and it's just like same type of vibe, same
Huh.
type of
Isn't
vibe.
there's, like, another real bench, like, a little further down from it, right?
Yeah, there's another real
Yeah,
one. Just gotta find it.
yeah.
It's wild.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was so stupid.
I'd be
I
so
I I love and hate when video games do that just because of the unexpected twist, but you're
Sure, yeah.
like, again, it just takes away that trust that you're like,
It
how do
does.
I know?"
Yeah, no, I love it, I love it. Anyway, though, Last of Us.
S tier. I think season 1, I think S tier.
I think S tier, but below Fallout.
Oh, I agree, I agree.
I mean, if it's as close to the game as you say, then yeah, I would have to agree.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
classic story, like, season 1 is
mhm,
so good. So
yeah.
good.
Now, season 2,
Now season 2.
here's the thing. There are several points in season 2 that I liked, but I haven't played part 2 yet. I do plan on doing it once season 3 comes out, or like before season 3 comes out. I think there's like a section of, I think it's like 8 or 9 episodes, I forget. But there's like 3 episodes in the middle of season 2 that I'm just like, "What are we doing?"
Mhm.
That I'm just like,
Yeah.
"This is boring, and I don't understand why this is happening."
Yeah, we recorded our episode about this, Pat, and I think I was a little more lenient on it. And then
Yeah,
upon like further reflection, I really like I think I feel a lot lower on it than I did when
yeah,
we were recording. Just because like Bella Ramsey's obviously a fantastic actor, and like I think all like the comments about oh she doesn't look like Ellie or something like that are
right.
totally misguided and stupid.
Mhm,
But the comments like when I one of the big things about season 2 is in the games in part 2, the Ellie in those games is a lot more she's really violent. She's really like she's hard stuck in her convictions. You know that she's like running towards her objective. She has like
Unwavering.
she's unwavering, she's like tunnel visioned. And
yeah,
Ellie in The Last of Us season 2 in the show, like obviously she's going after Abby, but there were so many times within it that I'm like, "Are you really going after Abby? Because you're having
right.
it feels like you aren't fully in it." Like, I think it was maybe it was the writing. It had to have been like the writing because I mean, Bella Ramsey can act her,
Mhm,
butt off, but
yeah.
it just felt like, she wasn't really like in it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
I think we talked about this in the episode, but again, obviously, upon further reflection, I get where you're coming from. But like, I know there were some people who were like upset that like her character was more like jokey still. Like she was still kind of like a light-hearted character even after,
She
you know,
still seemed like
what
really young.
happens.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I
yeah.
think people were expecting her to go more like become more like Joel. And I don't know, for
Mhm.
whatever reason, like the writers were just like, well, we don't want it to be like that depressing. So I think they tried to keep it more of like a lighthearted tone. And it just kind of like,
I mean,
it came
for
off as like she didn't take it seriously, like what
Yeah,
happened to Joel.
that's what it felt. I mean, yeah, I mean, that's what it kinda, like, felt like after
Mhm.
that initial moment, like, after her seeing Joel, obviously, she takes it really seriously and
Yeah.
she's
Right.
traumatized, but as the journey, like, progresses, it did seem that, like, "Oh, is she losing the plot? Like, what's happening here?" Like
Right.
yeah, like
There's
she
the
was never.
infamous, like, I'm going to be a dad, like scene that people were like
yeah.
really upset about.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I'm not, like, up in arms about it, but, like, the whole point of Last of Us Part 2, the game, is, like, she is becoming like Joel, and, like, is
Right.
that the right thing or not? Like, she's becoming violent, she's becoming, like, maybe a not great person, so, I don't
Yeah,
know.
the whole I remember we had this discussion and it was like the whole point of the video game part 2 that you are talking about was like it's the story of vengeance. And it's this like what do you do when this like tragedy happens to you and like how do you recover? And it's a similar story to like what happens to Joel in the first season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he kind of like has this own like credo after what happens to his daughter that he's like, I don't care what happens, like I will do whatever I think it is best for like my kid. And so season 2 or like part 2 is that but for Ellie. She kind of
Mhm.
gets the same lesson and like the show just kind of doesn't do that to the same extent,
Right.
Where
which
does season 2 end?
well, that's the other part of those shots.
Oh, it
There's like a
doesn't end.
confrontation between Abby and Ellie, and
Is it in
literally,
the
like,
theater?
Is it the movie theater? I think it was?
I
Is
don't
it where the
remember.
one person that's with her kind of
So Abby at the very end, Abby goes to shoot Ellie, and then the screen fades to black, and
okay?
then it jumps to like season 3 seems like it's setting up to be like Abby's side of the story because it jumps back in time and you're gonna like
Okay.
follow her
Yeah.
story.
Then it should be the theater.
Yeah,
But
it's
it
the theater showdown.
also the other thing that people were upset about is that season 2 ends and it reveals, I think it's like the second to last episode, that like the conversation that Ellie and Joel have like the night before Joel dies, where
Mhm.
he like reveals that like, oh hey, I did lie about everything at the end of season 1. This is what really happened. And like you see like them like forgive each other. And I know people were upset about that because I guess that comes like way later in the game. And so it
Mhm.
kind of like changes like your perception of Ellie and like what her mindset is at. Because like the whole time you're supposed to think she's this unhinged person, partly because she was angry at Joel, but it turns out like she had forgiven him already. So like it kind of people think it kind of takes the punch out of that in a way. I don't know. I'm interested to see where season 3 goes with this now, and, like, how they because I think season 3 has to be the end, right?
Yeah,
Like, I think it would have to.
it's possible. I mean, if they rush through Abby's story, like Abby goes through a lot too, like separately.
Yeah.
So if they rush through that just to like finish up the entire season, I think that would be whack. But it's also like, man, we got to go through this entire thing again. But I mean, Abby does go through some like fun, not fun, but she has some interesting moments of her own. So I don't know.
Well, I think it could work because if you think of it this way, season 2, part 1, right, is I'm assuming the beginning of the game with Joel and Ellie,
Yeah.
and then you have to experience Ellie's whole story. But with Abby, it would be you're kind of missing that beginning section, but you're replacing it with what happens at the very end, which is kind of unique to her. So maybe the timing could work that way.
I don't know. I
If
think
you know what I'm talking about, Terry.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see because like the games, they jump back and forth so much. Like you see Abby, then you see Ellie, then you see Abby, then you see Ellie.
Like there's a lot
Um,
of the same, but not
like
exactly.
things, yeah, things are going on at the same time, but like you're seeing it from one perspective. Is that like what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. So
go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, you go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Talk to me nice. Like Abby's Abby's earliest part isn't as early as Ellie's.
Right,
So there's
right.
that extra timing that you could take and put at the end
Sure, sure,
with what
absolutely.
happens at the end.
so.
Well,
Again, just to provide a little context for your shots. Um, at the end of season 2, it literally jumps back to like the first day of the outbreak from Abby's point of view.
Yeah, I get that. But it's not gonna show that whole thing.
I
we'll
don't
see.
know.
Unless they change it. They could change it. I
Right.
mean,
Right.
who
I
knows?
Mhm.
don't know.
I mean, that's
But
not how it
anyway,
is in the game, but
Yeah.
I think there were some strong points. I really like there's like an episode where Joel like comes back because it's like Ellie reminiscing about like her one like birthday and like her experience with Joel there. But otherwise like I said there were kind of some like points in this season where I was like I don't really care about this as much. I'm not as
Yeah.
invested. I still think it was like good. Again, I didn't play part 2 yet, so like I can't judge it off of that.
That game is so good, dude.
Ah,
it
yeah.
is good.
What are we thinking, Terry?
I would
I'm kind of
say I'm leaning
like a
B.
B. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I'm leaning
That's
B.
crazy.
Yeah.
yeah,
I hope season 3 proves different.
yeah, yeah. Who
Mhm,
knows? Who knows?
mhm,
So okay, we were in this dark and like twisted world, and we were super depressed. So we had to hit it with some sunshine. We had to
mhm,
hit it with some rainbows and some Technicolor magic.
mhm,
And we watched the Super Mario Brothers movie from
mhm.
2023. And like Terry, I think we recorded this episode in my house. I
You
don't think
did,
there's like a
yeah.
video for this one. I think we were just like did the audio, whatever.
Mhm,
But um this is such a cute movie. It was the perfect like ray of sunshine that we needed at this
mhm.
point.
I love the Mario
Um
Bros. Movie. It was so good.
It's so good, and, like, there's so many, like, little references that, like, if you've played the games forever, then you understand them, like the Rainbow Road stuff, the Mario Kart, Donkey Kong Country, like, all that.
Mhm.
Um, I think this is, like, a very good, like, turn your brain off type movie.
Yeah.
'Cause, like, there's very little plot when you think about it,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but, like, in fairness, there's not a whole lot of plot to, like, a Mario game either.
Correct.
You know what I
Sure.
mean? You're just like, "Alright, well, let's go save Peach again."
Mhm. Yeah, I think the
So
only the only negative I have in my brain is that it's a very safe movie for the first Mario
sure,
movie.
sure.
I'm hoping that, like, Mario Galaxy, like, you know, takes it I don't even know what the next level would be, and I don't know what I'm asking of it, but
Better. I mean, Rosalina looks like she's ready to throw hands.
I'm
That's right,
saying
that's right.
I'm saying, I know you're excited,
Yeah,
but
I'm excited to see where they go. That I think I predicted Super Mario Galaxy
I think you said
when we
that.
recorded this, or
yeah?
at some point.
I feel
Or
like
I
I did
just said
that.
like, "Oh, it'd be really cool if they did Super Mario Galaxy."
Mhm.
And then I saw the trailer and I was like, "Oh my god,
We're so
We're so back.
we're so back,
Yeah.
Barry."
No, but the Mario movie
I
it was fun.
Yeah, yeah. I am thinking like A tier for this one.
that's an easy A tier, I feel.
I was thinking high B, low A. That was my
I'll go low A. I agree with that. I'm cool with that. All right, so
That one's obviously S tier.
then
lis
we
if we're
had some
talking
real magic happening.
listen, bro.
We watched Super Mario Brothers from 1993,
The real Mario Brothers.
the
Mario
real one,
Mario.
and
Gang,
Luigi Mario.
unironically, I loved this movie.
I
So
so here's the only thing. I loved this movie for how like chaotic it was. The only issues I have were there were certain things that really didn't age well in this
oh, sure,
movie.
absolutely.
Sure,
100%.
sure.
And I'm
100%.
talking any movie set in New York before the year 2001 type stuff.
Yes.
You
Yep.
know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. This is such a movie of its time, and
yeah.
honestly, I don't even know if it's of its time. Like, this is a movie for no one.
This didn't feel real. This did
This
not
didn't
Disney
f
Fever
feel yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
It
no, this was a trip.
it's one of the craziest things I've ever seen. I loved it.
Yeah.
I wanna study this movie in,
This
like, a
movie is an art
class.
piece. Yes, it is
Yes,
an
yes.
art piece for good and bad.
Right, right.
Gang, I'm saying high
Um,
A tier.
you're saying high A
I'm
tier?
saying high A tier, bro. I wanna
I
throw it up there.
I think it's I don't know about high A tier. I think C, maybe B.
I would
C? What? No.
I listen, I mean, look at I can agree to, like, B tier, but we're not going A tier on this movie
You're
legitimately.
crazy. This movie was fun. This movie was so much fun to watch. Come on.
Look at it's so
It was
fun,
fun.
but it doesn't feel real, I think is my problem with it.
It was such a bad movie that it was fun.
Video
Like, we
games aren't
can't
real, bro. What are we doing here? What are
movies
we
are
doing?
real.
It's all about how it makes you feel. All right. It's about
Sure.
good pieces of art make you feel, bro. That's what it's all about.
Look at here's my thing. I was gonna say high B. I could go bottom A if we're trying to settle this.
Is crazy. I think
Shots,
high
what are
B
you
is
saying? What
fine.
are you saying?
Somewhere in the B, whether it's before or after The Last of Us.
We'll go high B. We'll go
That
high
Damn.
B tier, call it a compromise.
that is generous, I think.
It's super generous. I didn't think that's where it was gonna go, but super generous.
So good.
All right. And then Shotzi, you and I watched Uncharted, which
Yeah.
to me was like it was a very good like action adventure movie. You had talked about how it didn't necessarily feel like it belonged in the Uncharted universe.
This movie was fun to watch. It's literally
Sure.
just it's Tom Holland doing what Tom Holland does best, and being
Yeah.
funny, witty,
Mhm.
parkouring, and then you have Mark Wahlberg for some reason. I didn't
Right.
hate him in the movie. I did not hate him in the movie, but,
You just hated him as Sully.
when you think about the characters they're supposed to be,
Right.
and you're if I'm assuming you have a functioning brain, you realize, you know what? Maybe this isn't a great casting.
Right.
Um, yeah, it just unfortunately wasn't an Uncharted movie, really.
Yeah.
Did I didn't watch this with you guys. Did Tom Holland feel like Nathan Drake, or did he feel like Tom Holland?
I think out of everybody in the movie, he was the closest to portraying the character he was supposed to be.
Okay.
Albeit, my other problem with this movie was it kind of combined plot points from multiple games.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This was
Yeah.
definitely more of a younger Nathan Drake, literally and like mentality wise, but like he's doing things
Yeah.
that an older Nathan Drake would have done, and
Sure.
kind of
Yeah,
didn't work.
this movie is supposed to be like Nathan Drake's like first big like adventure,
It's his
Terry.
first adventure, period,
Yeah,
Copy.
right.
which is
Right.
not true. Like he's
And it's
had
also like it
many,
tells the story of like him meeting Sully and everything, but like again, like
which is also
it's
not true.
right. It's taking the canon and like going
Completely just
crazy
throwing
with
it
it.
out the window.
Just playing with
It
it a little
just
bit.
it
Yeah.
feels like, oh hey, we want to start a new franchise. What's an existing IP we can use? Okay, now tell the origin story of this IP. That's
Mhm.
kind of
Sure.
how it feels.
It's a fun watch, but then
Yeah.
like I said, if you've played the games, you're just like, well, that's not correct.
Right.
Kind of just like Sony just picked one of its video game franchises, be like, which one of these can we make a movie real quick? And it was Uncharted.
Kind of.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Uncharted does feel like, out of all their franchises, if we can make a quick movie on this one.
It
Mhm.
almost felt like it belonged in Marvel, like with everything going on, like a
Yeah, Terry, there's an
street
end
level.
scene where
Mhm.
like so they're looking for the ships of Magellan because Magellan had this like big treasure on like his ships. They find at the end of the movie, spoilers, they find the ships, they like tie them to helicopters and the helicopters carry these like old ships away. And so the whole like end like fight is like on a pirate ship being flown by a helicopter. And like
Two
watching it, you're like, "This is cool. This is insane and breaks physics." Like,
It's like what happened in
Sure.
Fast and Furious,
yeah, yeah.
almost.
It's very, like, end of Fast and Furious. It's not
Yeah.
as crazy, but it's like, it's close.
Yeah, no cars in space, not in this one at least, but
Right, right.
We'll get there.
we'll get there. They do plan
Shots
apparently to make a second one,
supposedly.
supposedly.
What are we thinking in terms
Easy
of
bottom
ranking?
B.
I agree. I agree. I'm cool with that.
Again, it's fun. It's fun watch if it
Yeah,
had nothing to do with Uncharted.
it's a cool action adventure movie.
Mhm. If it was
Sure.
And
called
again,
something else,
sure.
Would you
Yeah.
would you like if you took off the name Uncharted from this and just
yeah,
stripped away the Uncharted IP
way
in
up there.
general? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a
Mm.
fun watch.
Okay.
Like,
Probably
and
would
I don't have any experience with the game, so I was like, "Oh, this was good." And Shots was like, "Yeah, not really." There was like a
I hear you.
fan-made film too with like Nathan Fillion,
the actual voice
and
actor of Nathan Drake.
yeah, it's like 15 minutes long. And I watched that after this movie, and I was like, "Oh, okay,
I understand it now.
I
Heard.
understand it now."
Heard that.
All right,
Yeah,
5 Nights. Is that what we got there?
Terry. Then we got Freaky around Halloween.
Or.
I have seen 5 Nights as well, so
Oh,
Nice.
perfect. So like, okay, this is another movie that I'm like, this doesn't feel real.
This is such a strange movie.
that's just the theory, bro.
But like, right.
Game theory.
Here's the thing, though. I think this feels like a Mario Brothers '93, where it's like, yes, it's very silly, but it is also very aware of what it is.
Sure.
And I don't think it takes itself seriously at all.
No,
But like,
I felt like it kind of took it. It was trying to. I thought.
I well, so like it they act in the movie they act like it's like a serious thing, but like the movie itself feels like campy in a
If
way.
it feels campy, sure, I'll agree, but it also feels like it wants to try and take itself seriously,
Mhm.
but it's not committing enough to like either or. Like it's somewhere in the middle of camp and want to be serious.
I
And it's
think
like it wavers back and forth a little bit.
Mhm.
If that makes any sense because there's that whole
I
plot
get that.
point, like with his sister, and she's about to get taken away,
Yeah.
and then suddenly, like she's friends with the animatronics, and then they're about to kill her for some reason. Like,
Right, right.
I mean, not for some reason, they're killing animatronics, but like, I don't know, like it was just, it was, yeah, it was a watch,
Well, that wasn't his sister. It was like the guy's daughter, right?
No, so the guy's daughter is like the cop.
right?
Oh,
It's the
the
cop
blonde,
that's
right?
like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because
Yeah,
No,
there was the little girl, the main character's daughter, right?
no,
that's his sister.
That's his sister, the
Yeah.
young one. Okay,
Hmm.
it has
yeah,
been a while since I've seen it, but
Yeah.
sure,
No, so like I think it's tough because like it's a scary movie, right? Like it's a scary movie,
Mhm.
but it's like a PG-13 scary movie.
right,
And like its audience, like this is something that like my nephews who are like 10 and 8, they wanted to go see this. And I was like, this would be like a scary movie for them.
sure,
So I think it's
sure,
trying to balance that, and like it knows its audience kind of leans younger. So like it's trying to do that. It's tough. It's in a tough like little subgenre of like horror.
yeah. I think it did what it
Um
had to do for that
yeah.
audience.
Yeah.
No,
I
so
don't think it was horrible. Yeah,
no,
No.
it wasn't Assassin's Creed, so
definitely
It
not.
was not Assassin's Creed.
yeah.
I
I
I
would
think C tier?
Are you throwing it in C tier because there's nothing in C tier?
No. But like I'm looking at these other movies up here and I'm like, I did like these better than Five Nights at Freddy's.
I
you
feel like
enjoyed Uncharted more?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, I'm cool with C.
yeah,
Mhm.
whatever. Definitely worth
Are
me.
you are you upset about his shots?
Hurt, hurt.
But sweaty.
What he does.
Funny.
I'm interested in the second one because
I
people are
want to
saying the
see the
second one
sequel. I
I've
is
want
heard
to
it's
see
not
it.
as is
trash.
not good.
I've heard it's hot garbage.
I heard it's Garbo Barbo.
That's not good.
But like it could be Garbo Barbo in a fun way.
It could be amazing, Garbo Barbo.
Could be.
Absolutely.
Could be.
So you never know.
All right, shots. And then you and I just watched Prince of Persia from, I want to say this is like 2010,
2009, 10, yeah.
somewhere in there. Um, this is another one that like it the, Terry, I don't know if you've ever seen this movie, but legitimately it's Disney trying to do another Pirates of the Caribbean.
Ugh,
They're trying to
ugh.
recreate their own success and like get another franchise going and stuff. And like it just didn't. It
They thought
just
Jake
didn't.
Gyllenhaal was that guy, huh?
Pat, you don't like Jake Gyllenhaal and Brownface?
No, I didn't love it. No.
They really liked doing that in the 2010s, putting white
It
people
was
in
it was really
cultural
big. It
roles.
was really big.
And I think I said this to Pat in the episode, but it's just anytime I see Jake Gyllenhaal in literally anything, all I can see is Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah,
And like throughout this
yeah.
movie, the wig is so obvious that like it's almost distracting.
He's just got such a large forehead.
Yeah. And like I didn't feel like I cared about like his relationship with like the princess here. I didn't care about like his relationships with like his brothers or his uncle or anything. And I was just like, Alfred Molina shows up as a bad guy at one point, Terry, Doc Ock.
It was hilarious.
And
Interesting.
there's like a whole subplot with like him running like this illegal like ostrich race thing, and I'm not even joking when I say this.
Terry, do you understand how hard it is to run an ostrich race with one ostrich?
With one ostrich.
Oh my
I have
god.
to watch the poor thing so he doesn't do anything stupid.
What is
They
this
like to kill
Marvel
him, though.
writing?
There's literally a joke in there, Terry, where yeah, like the ostrich, all the other ostriches are like dead, and if an ostrich is by itself, it has like suicidal tendency.
So stupid, the poor thing.
Did the
And
ostrich kill itself?
no,
Tried.
no, they had to like put a bag on its head to prevent it from doing that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. This
Alright.
is this is what we're talking about here. This is like dumb writing all the way around.
And
It's
not to mention,
Ubisoft,
like,
man.
at the very end of it, basically, the whole process is the main character wants to get this dagger that takes you back in time, so that way
Mhm.
he can go back in time and kill his brother, the prince's father,
Yeah,
adoptive father.
he wants to prove that he didn't kill his father.
Well, yeah,
He wants to go back
but
in
I'm
time
saying
and prove that he didn't do that.
the main villain wants to
Oh,
kill
the
his
bad guy. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
he wants to kill his brother so he could be the ruler.
Right,
In the process of everything, the Jake got blamed for the death of the king in the
right.
current time, and now he's trying
Mhm,
to prove his innocence.
Mm.
mhm.
And after this
Right,
all happens, they just go back in time and none of it matters. Nothing matters.
yeah,
Nice.
they pull one of those, like, he goes back to the beginning of the movie. Like, that's legit how it ends, and I'm just like, "I just wasted 2 hours of my
Yeah.
life."
Jake
I'm
Gyllenhaal is the
not gonna
only
go
one that
back.
remembers what happened. He saved the day, got the girl anyway.
And he still marries the princess, yeah, and I'm like, "Y'all don't even know each other now, like, y'all don't have any connection to each
He's
other."
just like, I have a feeling you know more about this dagger than I think you should. And then that's kind of how it ends.
Yeah,
I hate that. I hate that.
yeah.
It sounds like it's
There
giving, like, the same energy as, like, the Assassin's Creed movie.
Pretty easily.
So we talked about that. Like I think it's a little more entertaining than the Assassin's Creed movie.
Okay.
I
I
think
would
we even
rather
said
watch this than the Assassin's Creed movie again.
it had better like fighting, parkour, and all that than the
Yeah,
Assassin's Creed movie.
yeah, yeah. For that
Okay.
reason, shots. I'm gonna say low C.
Okay, I was gonna say D, but in front of Assassin's Creed, but
I mean, I'm cool with D too.
that's fine.
I'm fine with that too. All
That's
right.
perfect. Yeah.
I mean, look at we did it, boys. I think this is a very nice like bell curve. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I think we average out around the B tier here. I think, like I said, very, very good, good stuff we watched, some bad stuff we watched, and
Mhm.
overall, we did it for you, the listener here at home.
Absolutely, absolutely. I love that the '90s Mario is the higher than The Last of Us season 1.
Season two.
I don't
Is
like
that
that.
season 2? Oh,
Yeah,
that is
yeah,
season 2, yeah. You're right, you're right.
Hated
yeah.
that.
It's fantastic. Yeah, there wasn't a movie this year that I actively disliked. I may have not enjoyed, Assassin's Creed, but, nothing that I'm like, "I need to stop watching this right now."
I mean, hey, looking at this, that's almost a movie slash series a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is, I think
And
it's 10 total,
Mhm.
but yeah, you know,
we just gotta watch two things. Well, actually, one more thing. We do technically have our December movie.
Snap, that's so true.
shots. That's a great segue. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be right back. We're going to talk about our little 8-bit Christmas movie that we got for you. We are going to talk about 8-bit Christmas. All right. So, John, the movie I presented us with today is a little different from what we normally do. It's not exactly a video game adaptation, but I found this movie as I was perusing my. I like to watch a couple like Christmas movies, like leading up to the big holiday, just to kind of get myself in the spirit. I found this. This is 8-bit Christmas. It's from 2021. I had never heard of it before I discovered it. It is the story about this guy played by Neil Patrick Harris. Um, his name is Jake. He is on a like Christmas vacation with his like daughter. She really wants like a cell phone for Christmas. It's one of those like, she keeps asking and like pestering him and whatever. And he starts telling her the story about like when he was a kid, when he really wanted a Nintendo Entertainment System. And it kind of takes us back throughout his childhood and talks about some of the like 80s nostalgia, and him just kind of reminiscing about like his childhood wanting an NES and all the different ways in which he went about trying to get it. I don't know about you guys. I thought this was a really cute movie. I thought it was very like very wholesome, very like family friendly type deal.
I agree.
It reminded me a lot of A Christmas Story.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
and I guess that was what they were like going for. Um, so again, it's the story of Jake. He is telling his daughter the story. He talks about, I grew up in this house. I kind of had to like trick my parents into like agreeing to get me this NES. And he does it by like he talks to his mom when she's distracted by other things. He is trying to talk to his dad like when his dad's like working on something in the house. And then they're talking about like the dinner table, and the parents are like, oh well, I heard video games are super violent and they convince your children to be like little devils, so we're not gonna have any of that in our house. And
Go
like
outside.
yeah, there are a lot of like I don't know what it is. Like I don't understand why like modern audiences are like super nostalgic for the 80s.
I
I
think in
feel like
terms of video
been a
games, it's like,
trend.
yeah, in terms of video games, it's like that's really like the birth of things. You got arcades, you got the
Yeah.
NES coming out. So like in terms of like that genre specifically, and just like you know, the flashiness of it all. I feel like Gen
Yeah.
Z below us is really into like a different type of music and style than we are. So like I think like the flashiness of the 80s, the pop music is really starting to make a comeback. You saw that with Stranger Things, as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think it's really making a resurgence in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I think 80s nostalgia in general, like I think Stranger Things is one of the things that I was thinking about where like we just kind of keep seeing like movies and shows or whatever like set in the 80s. You have Stranger Things, you have like it like
Mhm.
there's that new series Welcome to Derry. Um it just a lot of like 80s nostalgia and like
Mhm.
yeah, I mean I guess it makes sense from like a video game standpoint why the 80s would be like a good reference point.
Yeah,
Um
it's like such a familiar time because like it's still kind of modern, but just different enough. Like has a twist on like just about everything that it feels like vintage and different. So
yeah.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah,
Like I
but
said,
yeah.
I think this movie, I think it did well in what it was like trying to do. There were a couple points where I was like, all right, we're really cheesing it up here.
Yeah,
We're
absolutely.
really going for it. There's like the rich kid at school who he's the only one with an NES, and he like only allows like certain people to like come see his stuff. So like he has this like auction where he's like, come see the NES and the Power Glove that I have. And I was like, "Oh, wow, we're calling it the Power Glove. That's cool, that's
And
cool."
It
how
was
bad it
cool.
was.
And how
Yes.
bad it was specifically.
Absolutely. Yeah, I thought moments like that were a lot of fun. Just like the cheesiness of it all, the corniness of it all. It really made it feel like one of those, it was a corny Christmas movie that you only watch during Christmas.
Yeah,
And everybody has a bad Christmas movie that is their favorite. So maybe this is some kid's favorite movie somewhere.
sure.
I mean, hey, it
Yeah.
references Die Hard, so
It did
Reference
reference
Die
Die
Hard.
Hard for some reason. Yeah, Pat, I know I was talking about this with you earlier, but like this movie really is just How I Met Your Mother, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
of Christmas movies. Once Neil Patrick Harris like took his daughter to the other room and there was a flashback, he's like, "Let me tell you about this story." I'm like, "Oh my god, he's doing it again."
He's doing it.
you can't keep
He's
getting
doing it
away
again.
with this.
He can't get away with this. This is crazy.
Yeah, it is like I don't know. There a couple of scenes I wanted to point out. There's the it tried to hit on a lot of like childhood nostalgia, and it was there's a lot of like older. I don't want to say boomer, but like even like Gen Xer like type of stuff where it's like we used to play outside all the time. We never had to go inside and be on our phones. And it was like the King of the Mountain scene where they have like the big like middle schooler pushing all these little elementary school kids off the snow mountain, and they were like,
Yeah.
we used to do that every day before school. And I was like,
Summary of
what school would do that? What school would let that happen? That
Yeah.
didn't happen. Neil Patrick Harris, shut up.
Yeah, there were a lot of points where things didn't land. I thought some of the kids' acting, it's like, all right, we definitely got the B tier kids, especially that big middle schooler. I got so sick of seeing that big middle schooler after
yeah,
a
he
while. I'm
was
like,
so annoying, but that might have been the point.
so that might, I get it. He was the annoying like
Yeah.
bully, but I'm just like, oh my god, I'm done. I'm done.
I I think where this movie like takes it like gets away from me is like there are those moments like I said where it's like there's kind of like some finger wagging going on at like current generation. It's like you want a cell phone? Try working for it. How about? And it was just like, all right, like
Yeah,
can we get to our point here?
sure. Not to
There
like
was some
spoil it at the end too, because like we'll probably get into it more, but like at the end when it flashes back to current day, they're all around the table. We get past the scene where it's like, oh, the father built, this tree shed, and this is what it was really all about, spending time with your family. And then you find out like there's an empty chair at the table and the
Yeah.
father's like gone. I'm like, I don't I don't know if that was the point of this movie. I'm like,
Right.
it got to the father's death. I'm like, the father wasn't really like the main focal point of the
Nope.
past flashbacks. So what are we doing now?
It
it's like he's
I'm
dead.
so glad you brought that
Yeah.
up because that was a moment that like it was just jarring to me.
Yeah, I'm just like,
I was like, why did this just
okay.
turn really sad?
Yeah, I was like,
Exactly,
"Whoa,
right?
where's this gut punch coming from? Why
And
is the
also,
dad dead?" Like,
I think it was really funny that he ends up marrying the girl with the matching boots. That there was just a one-off
"Oh, is
conversation.
that her?"
That was her because she makes the reference.
Oh.
She's like, "Or what about our matching
Oh.
boots?" And then the mom is like, "Well, they were 11.99. I'll have you know." It was it was the girl that showed up
Oh.
one time on the bus, and she's like, "I actually have the same boots as you."
Wow, Shots paid way more attention to this movie than I did because I didn't
Good
pick that
job,
up at
dog.
all.
Yeah.
Was his sister at the table? Like, was at the end, like,
Nope,
as an adult?
No, that
nope.
was his wife.
I know, but, like,
Right.
what his sister wasn't there at all?
No, she's dead too.
He
Don't say
doesn't have a
that.
sister. Oh, yeah, he
Yeah, he
does.
does.
No, no, she was I don't know. Maybe she died.
Is she in there?
Yeah, Jesus
Maybe she
Christ.
died.
The whole thing with, like, the father, though, like, I would've been okay with it, but, like, the movie
Mhm.
didn't earn that, and it didn't work
No.
up to that. It
He,
was
like,
just like
redeemed himself. He was kind of a jerk, right? Like, and he
yeah,
could
a
have
That
little
kinda
scene
bit.
is so funny.
Yeah.
redeemed himself a little bit at the end, but I
But
don't
it's
know.
just
Yeah.
like during the whole past sequences, like the father wasn't the emphasis. Like he had a couple scenes,
Well,
but it wasn't like this movie is leading up to me and my dad got really close at the end and then he
right,
died.
right,
And
right.
I'm just like, all right, I don't know, but
Yeah,
whatever.
like the movie, like there are a couple scenes with the dad. Like they go to that guy to try and find like the
Cabbage Patch.
black market like Polly Pockets or yeah, the Cabbage Patch Kids. And it was kind of like, okay, okay. The father's like trying to teach him like, this is what like a man does, you're trying to like build all this stuff. And so okay, we'll get into it a little bit. So kid wants an NES system.
Right,
He
right.
there's this rich kid at school. He's the only one that has one. He like his parents are, fully convinced that like no video games are evil. They've convinced the entire neighborhood like, hey, none of us are buying this like NES for our kids because, our kids are going to turn out bad or whatever. And he hatches this like harebrained scheme to like, okay, we're taking this like field trip and we're going to be near a mall. If we can get off the bus if we can get ourselves off the bus, I will go in, I will get the money and get this Nintendo so we can have it as like a group. And like the one kid like fakes throwing up. They like feed them like beans and he just like
Spaghetti-O.
throws the beat or spaghettios, and he throws the spaghettios. And I was like, this is next level stuff that like we're going to the lengths to do
I
this.
will say though, I had like a moment where when they're hatching the plan in his room, right, and all the kids are sitting there, and he's got the whiteboard with the 15-step plan on it, and I'm
Mhm.
like, stuff like this would never happen today,
Nah,
you know? Like
The
I feel
mo-
like this movie did a good job at like placing yourself back in the 80s where, no one had cell phones, everybody got together at the one communal house,
sure,
they're
sure.
yeah.
riding their bikes there.
It's
It,
giving
it
like
felt
go ahead.
it just felt very accurate, like almost nostalgic.
Yeah, it's giving like the Goonies. It's like the Goonies is like
Yeah,
around that same
yeah,
time. I think to the movie's detriment though, like and going off of that, the movie, I feel like the movie wanted to be a lot of different things. So it wanted to be that Goonies level. Oh, the kids are all together, they're hatching a plan, but then it's also like, oh, we also have this family stuff on the side, and we're gonna incorporate all the family stuff. Um, and then they got the modern day stuff. So I'm like, it's
yeah.
trying to be a lot of different things which I don't know because at the end, like I couldn't tell you a single name of any of those kids. S-
Yeah.
Like that was they were a big part of the film, but also weren't at the same time.
I
Um,
legitimately at like, when I was done watching the movie and I started, like, writing down my notes for, like, what I wanted to talk about here, I had to go back and look up the main character's name because I was like,
yeah,
What? Oh, Jake. Yeah, 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 Jake.
yeah,
Right." And I was just like,
yeah,
none of that mattered. Like, none of the, like not that none of the plot mattered, but, like, to Terry's point, I think there were a lot of, like, different, like, messages that were meant to be taken away. Like, again, like, I think this movie is in the realm of, like, the modern age just isn't the same as it was when we were kids. But it was
yeah.
also, like, at the end of the movie, he doesn't get the NES for Christmas. And I thought they were gonna pull one out at the end and, like, the parents are gonna give him one and just cave or whatever. Nope, they don't. The father, like, made a tree house because, like, the father was, like, big into, like, starting all these projects around the house and not finishing any of them, and he turns out, like, in secret, made this big giant tree house for this kid, and he goes in there and he's all excited and he's like, "Oh my god, I'm imagining all these like future things I'm going to do with my friends here and we're going to have so much fun." And one of the lessons the movie wants you to take away is like, just cuz you think you'll want something doesn't mean it's what you really need. And I was like, "Okay, fine, whatever."
Yeah,
And
that
then
Yeah.
it immediately jumps back to the present and that's when they reveal that the father's dead and I'm like, "Whoa, like, okay, we
well,
just got that resolution with the father, and then we killed him off."
don't forget the most important part, rich Uncle Dan in Japan sent him a light bright.
That was such a fake out moment, and I was just like,
Because it
what are
was
we
the
doing?"
same exact shape and size box as
And
the
the dad's in Japan, and that's where the Nintendo's from. And, Japan's what does they say? They said Japan's the land where magic happens or something like that.
Something
something
like that.
something
And I
stupid.
was like, what are we doing? Like, where is this coming from? Why are we doing this? The one thing that also bothers me in the movie, and like, I'm sure we can all attest to this from, well, me and Terry can probably attest to this from like growing up, but like the sister like wishes like, oh, I want like a Cabbage Patch doll. And the parents are like, no problem, we will make that happen. And the whole time I'm just like, so why can the kid not get what he wants, but the sister can just immediately get whatever she wants? I was like, this is such like a weird like there's no like justification for it where like, oh, he's like a bad kid, like he doesn't do well in school or whatever. There's like the mention of like, oh, he doesn't like do his chores, like he doesn't pick up like the dog poop in the
Hmm.
yard.
Get that dog poop right now.
There's
Right.
a lot of
But
dog poop though.
it was just like, is that why he can't have the video game? Like there's no like strong justification for it. And it was
Sure.
just like, this is a weird messaging. Like, I don't really get what's happening now.
Mhm. Yeah, I feel like there are a lot of parts where it's like it's just this way because the plot has to
For
make it
the
this
sake of the
way.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah, for the sake of the movie.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it was fine.
It was
I
fine.
don't think I don't think it had enough character to make it like stand out. Like there are like these old 90s Christmas movies that I feel like have done worse, but they have enough character in them and charm to make you remember them. This
Sure.
movie, it felt so like it didn't even feel this might sound weird. It didn't even feel like colorful, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, like it
There
just
wasn't
like it
like
was
a lot of whimsy in
Mhm.
this.
was a lot yeah, not a lot of wins, like, the characters, I think they tried. I think the
Mhm.
like, the mom and dad with them, like, not paying attention or the black market scene where they're buying things out of the trunk. I think they tried,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
but it just missed the mark on
I
that
feel like
point.
the most memorable part is Neil Patrick Harris voicing it over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he cares. And I wanna just say, like, at the end when he slips and the NES falls out of his hand and gets run over by a bus,
And then
his reaction it
explodes.
did explode. That was funny.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
his reaction was not big enough. If that was me, I would have been crying,
Screaming.
pissing,
Yeah.
screaming,
Right.
pounding the floor, and he's just,
Mhm.
like, mouth agape, just like, "Oh," and then he, like, bows his head.
As
I'm
the
just like,
bus drives away with all his friends in
"Right?"
it.
Especially because like, he had spent the money to get the
There
NES.
was no like, they did not mention that at all. No,
Right.
like,
Right.
repercussions,
Nope. Nope.
and then he just
That
It
gets
failed.
picked up by a shady black market dude who gives him this major life lesson,
Yeah. Yeah.
pays for
And
his
even
cab,
right, and even then, I'm like, "Are you gonna get him the NES? Like, what is
and
where is
he
this
says
going?"
that. He says I feel like this movie is very self-aware because
I
he's
think
like,
it
"Are you gonna give
tried to
me
be,
the
Mhm.
NES in your trunk?" He's like, "I already said you're
nope,
not gonna get it."
right, right.
And, like,
Christ.
his modern day daughter is just like, "So was the NES in the tree?" It's like all the
Nope.
things you think about, I feel like this movie acknowledges a little bit.
Right.
Right.
He's like, "No, I bought it with my summer job money. That was it." I'm just like,
Well,
"What
right.
are
Yeah.
we
This
doing
movie
here?"
this movie totally subverted my expectations. I don't know if I'd say in a good way, though, because again, it was just like, "Oh, you ended up getting the NES later." And,
Yeah.
like, I think that we're supposed to take away, like, again, like, he learns the true spirit of Christmas is more about, like, giving than, like, receiving. I just like I said, I think this movie's trying to, like, say a lot, while at the same time, like, it feels like it's a rehash of, like, a Christmas Story. Like, it doesn't feel original enough to do this, like, all these different messages, and you're kinda just like, "This movie's kind of muddy." Like, there's a lot
Yeah.
going on, and yeah, you know?
This was what it was. It was what
For
it
sure,
was.
that's what it was.
It just seemed like a really not really, it just seemed like a good Lifetime movie, and take that how you will.
Sure,
You know what I mean?
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd watch it again, throw it on Christmas time, maybe not throw it. It's not gonna be a tradition. Throw it
I
in
don't know
every
if
once
I
in a couple
I
years.
don't know if I'd watch it again.
I
I
think I think this is a good movie to, like, show your kids. Like, if you've watched every other Christmas movie there is, and you're looking for something new,
you're out of options.
I don't know if this movie's gonna age well. Like by
if
the
you're
time my
sick
kid
of watching Elf 45 times in a row, then throw this on.
I
sure.
might would rather watch Elf a 46th time. No, that's not true. That's not true. It's not awful, but it lacks that character, that pizzazz,
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah.
of
So
a
I'm
cheesy
curious,
Christmas
boys,
movie.
where should we rank this movie on the board?
Oh, buddy. I mean, look at there are some episodes of Double Kick bonus level that aren't like canon, and I think we're fair to say this one's not really canon. You
Damn.
know what I mean? Well,
So
no,
pretty
because
Sydney.
low.
but look at in all
I would
seriousness, we didn't rank Naruto, we didn't rank Demon Slayer. Like this is not
This
a
is
video
true.
game adaptation
It's
of anything.
Christmas, Pat.
Look at
There's a Nintendo.
here's what I'll say. Here's what
He's
I'll say.
spitting.
Of all of the Christmas movies we watched, this is the best one.
Did we watch
I'm
any
sure
Christmas
it is,
movies?
Pat.
We have not watched any other Christmas movies.
Can you guys guess what the stupid? Can you guys guess, adjusted for inflation, what the NES cost at launch? So not like its price, but like
Ooh.
what it would cost today.
I remember looking this up around when the Switch 2 came out. I want to say it's like 250, 300, somewhere in that
Adjusted
ballpark.
for is this adjusted for inflation or is this
Yeah,
okay?
adjusted for inflation. Shots?
I'd say like between 3 and 4.
Adjusted for inflation today, $590.
What?
$590.
I was thinking higher, but I was like, oh, Pat is very confident in this. So
I thought I was. That's
Yeah.
insane.
The
almost
original
600.
price was $199. So about $590.
I know I looked this up before.
$200 is crazy for like 7 kids in like 3rd grade to
Oh
get
my God.
together.
Oh yeah.
And then keep it in a binder.
And out of all Nintendo's systems, adjusted for inflation, that's the highest priced one. So like, the Switch 2 is only $450. The second highest would be $491, which would be the SNES, the Super Nintendo, but only $1 behind that at $490 would be the Wii U. Rest in
Really?
peace.
Wow. To this day, Shots is the only one I know that had a Wii U.
Let's just continue to forget Malik has one, please.
Oh yeah, Malik did have one.
Oh, face.
Look, you're the only one that repped it. I'll say that.
I got my money
did.
worth. All
You sure did.
$490.
You sure did.
100%. And then, you know what, Shots? We can make a movie about the time you got your Wii U, and you can tell your kids about it and the values of. All right, we're devolving. End the episode.
Cut it.
Boys, while I didn't necessarily have a ton of fun watching the movie, I did enjoy our conversation today. I enjoyed all of the conversations we've had this year. I look forward to a lot of stuff we're going to cover next year. I think there are a lot of good movies coming in 2026 that, I think fans can be excited for. I think Fallout Season 2 just started dropping, so we're going to cover that. Shots, you and I have talked about doing episodes about like Halo, that series. We'll cover that eventually. I want to do a Star Wars themed episode, a Spider-Man episode.
Rank the scooter.
We're gonna get all into it. There are a bunch of video games coming out next year. I think Wolverine's still coming out next year.
I think so.
Yeah, I believe so.
I mean, we have like Doomsday and Spider-Man coming out next year.
We do have Doomsday coming out next year, don't we?
Did you see the trailer?
I'm not excited, Shots. I gotta tell you.
No.
I'm not excited.
America's Ass coming back.
I wanted to talk to you about this earlier. It's too late now. But ladies and gentlemen, from all of us here at Double Kick Bonus Level, thank you very much for listening this past year. Thank you for hearing all the crazy different things that we've had to discuss, all the different shows and movies and all that jazz that we've talked about. Thanks for being on the ride with us. R.I.P. Blurry Terry. Like I said, next year we'll be back in full force starting back in January. But for the time being, have a wonderful holiday season. Enjoy the new year, and we'll catch you back in January.
And don't forget to pick up your dog poop.
Yeah, pick up your dog poop. Happy holidays. Good night.
We love you. Bye.
Bye.